Greetings and salutations once again, people of the world.
What up with it? This is Reno and Yami coming at you live from the BLC.
Once again, another lovely night here in Reno. I'm not talking about my co-host here. Not a lovely night in him. That's just me. Anyway,
be quick. Well, we're gonna be dropping it to you live. I want to tell you. How's it gonna be going down tonight?
It's gonna be a very special episode. We have some new music actually in here. We're not, as you can probably tell, to those who are experienced in the ways of air gear and jet set radio, that we are not playing the, any. Well, we haven't yet played any themes from there or any music. So as you can see, we have new tunes.
Yeah, we're gonna be dropping it to you, huh?
Yeah, we are. Oh shit! What was I going to say again? Fuck. What was I was distracted by something just now. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the program here, and we have a lot going on, man. We do indeed. So during this first segment, we just want to say thank you.
Say thank you, and keep encouraging everybody out there to keep on skating and just keep representing. You know what I mean? Because it's what we got to do is just keep it strong, keep that sport going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've been like we talked about it. I think it was the last episode. We were talking about, how when we go out there, we are a representative of our sport, and not just part sport. We are representing the skating world in general when we're out there doing our thing.
Yeah, like we were saying too, somehow in the mainstream media, this fourth branch portrays our sport as some weak ass sport.
Yeah, so, just a mockery, like we've said.
That's why we think it's very important, to go out there and keep it strong.
Exactly.
And what we were reminiscing too about the other day was that back in the day when sales were up in the sport, you know what I'm saying, in the media, the characters weren't portrayed as losers with skates. I mean, there was other cartoon characters where they would go on skates and go through some crazy...
They were cool people.
Yeah, they'd go through some crazy adventure on their skates and be something cool.
Yeah, we want to just place a little bit of emphasis on the fact that though there was quite a bit of propaganda and a lot of negativity and jokes toward the sport in general, there were some good examples, I guess, of it out there. We just wanted to make that clear. One of those situations where we want people to know that not all hope was lost, nor is it currently.
In the beginning, in the media, it did have a positive image. But then as soon as it was taken out of the Ice game, somehow sales dropped and the image went to a negative image. So that's where we have to come in, just keep the sport alive, representing and moving forward to what the sport can become.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly how far you can push yourself to your abilities in skating. You know
exactly. The past was cool, but we can't just dwell on that. We're not trying to get back to where we were. That's something that we also want to place some emphasis on.
We're going to get back and bigger than what it was.
And more advanced. It's not about going to the spot where we were before. It's getting to someone completely different. To a world where, it doesn't fucking matter whether you skate or not. It's just, it's just, I don't know. People respect style. That's what we want. We want people to respect the way one, I guess for lack of better wording, shreds or gets down on their skates, or whether it's a fucking scooter,
and bring back once again the community of all these skaters and all these bladers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I mean, that I match your trick competition. I mean, imagine all those people that gathered for that. I mean, that's what we're trying to crowd.
The X Games took some of their ideas, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
and that's give them no credit.
I know. That's the type of crowd we're trying to gather, and that's the type of people we're trying to get involved and shit.
I mean, just release some truths that were, hidden away as well on the way. Yeah, it's quite the situation there. It's definitely a lot more than people make it seem. At least, from what I've noticed anyway.
From when you look into it.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happened with other.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not just inline skating's not the first I don't want to say victim because that's such a negative word, but it's not the first industry or whatever that's received negative propaganda towards it. You know, it happens. It's pretty weird. It's just like, for some reason, for someone's personal reasons, they want to keep this sport from reaching a certain point. You know, a point that it once, thrived in. You know, its golden day, its heyday, whatever you want to call it, I guess. It doesn't really make a difference. It's, we all kind of identify it as the same thing, but that's something that may not ever happen. And maybe, a lot of people don't want it to happen. Nobody wants to become mainstream. Look at all the skateboarders. I found this really interesting article that says that skateboarders, all the amateur, well, not all of them, but a good handful of amateur skateboarders, the majority, hasn't really landed any tricks since I forget when, but I'll definitely it's on the Parts War Facebook page, actually. I don't think
I don't know if I saw that.
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you sometime, but it's actually pretty interesting. And and that just says a lot that people use it as an accessory. Fuck that. We want people that are passionate, not people that are going to just use it as a gimmick towards their lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you want to call their facade a lifestyle, it's about being you. If you're legitimately down with it, fuck yeah, get down. But if I don't know. It's like you don't want to be like...
Yeah, if you get down, get down. I mean, I think that's
the important part.
What we were saying kind of last time, too. That's the difference between these skates and a board and a bike. The skates bond you. They become part of you. You know what I mean? If you fucking eat shit, you know what I mean? It's not like when you eat shit on the board, your board could fly 5 feet, fucking downhill or whatever. You lose your board, you get off your board. Or on a bike, too, shit. But on skates, you eat shit, but those shits are still on your feet, because they're bond you.
Exactly.
So it's a whole new element.
The way you depend on skates it's almost, it's not necessarily that you're depending on the skates, more like you're dependent on yourself. Because the skates are a part of you at that point, It's like, I don't know. It's a different set of wheels, that's for sure.
It's a whole new ball game. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and it's a ball game that's existed for a while. It's like, so many people have no idea what inline skating really is. Not necessarily just inline skating, the skating world in general. When we say skating, we're not referring to skateboarding.
And if I remember correctly, the concept of skating came back from like 1700s.
Something like that. Yeah, according to the Barely Dead film, documentary. You can check that out on the Parts War site as well. We have a link to it on the YouTube page. Somebody put it up on YouTube. You can search it there also. Anyway, there's a lot of interesting information in that, and it says that was way before boarding, was even discovered. Surfboarding was discovered.
And then, all these boarders, some stereotypical fucking skateboarders hate when, their sport was created because our sport. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for roller skates and shit, skateboards would have probably been invented. It's all, and people don't know that. People don't.
It comes from the same. It's all these different things come from the same seed. It's like a tree, man.
Concept. Yeah, exactly. It was a different branch.
Exactly.
Skateboards are just a branch.
It's just another kind of skating if you think about it. They're still on your feet. Surely you're depending on it in a totally different way. Well, depending is such a weird word, but yeah, I guess we can go ahead and throw some tunes your way now. Let's go ahead and get this going with something from the Air Gear soundtrack for now. So we will be back and enjoy the tunes. Here we go. Ooh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Peace.
Body. Yeah, body, body, or body. Oh no.
Jet Set Radio.
Alright, and we are back once again. Welcome you, Jet Set Radio, the Parts War podcast, the official one, the only one.
How's everybody doing tonight? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they do. Indeed. At least I hope so. Hopefully
yeah,
you guys aren't asleep.
Too, you know what I mean? And one thing I was we're talking about was we were saying earlier the pros and cons for these different these tools: your board, your bike, and your skates.
Instruments.
And you know what I'm saying?
Like
Yeah, your
that.
instruments.
I like
Yes,
that.
you know
I
what
like that.
So I mean, luckily we were able to go skating with the homie earlier in the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
Pee Wee. Shout out to Pee Wee. Just
shout out
real
to
fast.
Pee Wee
Just real
because
fast.
he went skating with us filming.
Yeah.
So much love.
Oh yeah, and his
And he
clothing
was-
company.
His clothing company,
All right, sorry.
BLC
All right, we're cool.
clothing
We're cool.
company.
We're cool. That's
But
it.
yeah, he was riding down on his BMX, you know what I mean? And that's when I started thinking, so what are the physics of this bike? I mean, the bike can only go as fast as that gear pushes that wheel. But as soon as that wheel goes faster than the gear, that bike can't go any faster. You know what I mean?
I do.
You know what I'm saying? And then it goes to the rider too. He has to be able to pedal fast. If not, he has to
Exactly.
hang his feet down.
Yeah, he has to be able
'Cause
to
that's-
physically withstand
yeah,
that.
withstand
the rotation.
The
and
rotation
gyration
of those
the
pedals
gears.
and shit, or hang his feet down. Which I saw. That's
Exactly.
what Pete was doing. He had his fucking feet down on his pegs.
Yeah, which is a
While-
good strategy.
It's a good strategy and shit. But I mean, so what would be the equivalent to that on your skates?
Yeah, what are the
Would you have to
limitations?
push?
Exactly.
Would you have to push your wheel faster than your bearing? And then that would depend on the actual skater himself. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because we're not.
So, I guess, and once again, it boils down to these become part of it. You have to be able to push yourself as fast as you can and shit. Push these skates to the limit.
Exactly, and depending on what kind of equipment you use, you know, some bearings, some wheels, some frames may be able to. Actually, no, not maybe. They will adjust to depending on the quality of the part. They will adjust to your limit. So that would mean, for example, I don't know. It's just weird. You remember when I used to melt those wheels, dude? That shit was nuts. And
Yeah, when we go down the 11 parking garage.
That was awesome.
That was fun. A lot of fun before they locked it up.
that was crazy, dude. And that's just it's just a good point because, you know, that was what were they? I think they were my freestyle frames, the Formula One freestyle frames, and you know it was like they couldn't go. They would always break. My wheels would always fucking like almost blow out. It looked like, and
yeah, it seems like the middle would melt out.
it was crazy, and you know, and like that has not happened ever since I upgraded. And, you know, my the parts that I use. You know, I'm rolling on Power Blade frames and stuff now, and it's. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, sure, they can make you faster, but if you can't withstand the speed, you know what I'm saying, you're just gonna fuck yourself over. So you kind of have to get used to things. You know, you kind of have to experiment and see where your style will naturally evolve, and what it'll kind of evolve into, I guess. You know, and what fields and what it'll become.
Exactly, and then going with style too. That's why there's so many different types of frames too. I mean, you got your, like you were saying, your Power Blade frames, and then your freestyle frames, and then there's the V-cut frames. I mean, I love the V-cut frames. I'd love to get my hands on a pair of those. Those are pretty sick and shit. But I mean, that's what helps you too with your form of skating too, is your gear and shit.
Indeed. Oh, and I want to emphasize that what I meant freestyle was kind of the not necessarily the freestyle skates, which are completely different, but those are more like what the freestyle skates would be more like. I mean, you guys have seen it before. There's the Seba brand. Well, I don't know if some of you guys have seen it before. That's a generalization, but anyway, yes, the Seba brand skates. Those are freestyle skates, and those take you to completely different worlds there. Whereas a freestyle frame, in the aggressive terminology, which is the V-cut, the like the Mook and the Formula One freestyle frame, those would be the, you know, just to clarify our own personal terminology that we use. It's very, I guess you can say it's untraditional, but sometimes traditions are just meant to be fucking broken, man. Especially during these moments of new, you know, rediscovery.
Yeah, exactly.
To get, you know, to gain knowledge that we didn't have before in the things that we're rediscovering. It's a very interesting concept. I mean, if you stick with this, you'll definitely come to understand the what we would mean by all this. It's kind of like, you know, the road system is going to be a really big part in making all these things better, especially identifying certain aspects of your style. It's a really unique system. It's really cool. You know, it's not like we just ripped off, you know, Air Gear or anything like that. This is being developed really intricately. You know, lots of research is going into that. That's why it's taken so long. And you know, one of the biggest changes, you know, that we did is kind of having you guys get involved some more in its development. So that way we can kind of all work on this thing together, and it's not just a few people. It's all of parts who are taking part in creating these things. So it's pretty interesting.
Everybody that can't put their hands in, throw your pennies inside the pot.
Exactly. Throw your pennies in there.
And like as Yami was saying something about modification, you know what I'm saying? I always think about, if I was able to meet myself an extraterrestrial race that was beyond me,
in
technological advancement, I would ask them to help me modify my skates. Because that'd be awesome. Do you think other species, other beings have come up with skates? Probably not. Something similar. Probably not. You know what I mean? Maybe the wheel is a mankind's
an exclusive
mankind. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusive to mankind.
I love to have myself maybe like a thruster to my skates or some sort of a. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the physics would be a little awkward at first, but that's why you kind of have to adapt to those changes. Like it's not impossible to utilize those in some practical way. It really is. Yeah. When there's a will, there's a way, and that's for damn sure. And if you can really try it, that's the thing. That's what I saw this setup that was modded, and it was actually pretty badass. It was a freestyle 80mm frame. It was actually really nicely put together, and it looked so awesome. And those are the kind of things I would love to see around Parts Warriors, how you turn your skates into a part of you. And not just, what you do to follow things that have already been laid out. We have to fucking experiment. We have to learn how to go ahead of what's already been set out in front of us. And that's kind of why I like the attitude of rediscovering and relearning things that have already been discovered, I guess, in a way. It's kind of it's a little more complex than that, I guess, but I guess we should probably go to some tunes now, huh?
Yeah, get that blood flowing.
Yeah, these artists have been requested, I believe, by a couple people. It was Shadow and Blue. So these are the Lost Prophets, Everyday Combat, coming at you now. And we're back. Hello once again.
Yes, it radio.
That is what you are listening to. Yes, indeed. That was almost Yoda style. But anyway, let's just go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just talk about a couple things before we go for the night. And let's see. Just a little something to maybe introduce the next episode. Maybe we can talk about when that will be, first of all, maybe. We want to push towards this upcoming Sunday, but things kind of happen on Sunday, so we're going to have to keep you guys posted on that. So you guys are going to have to, or you know what? Maybe we can send you guys a message next time, right? Before this happens? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think we set that up.
Yeah.
Send up a shout out.
To get you guys to tune in maybe while we're on live. Wouldn't that be cool? Have a little chat
conversation
while we're
online.
That would be cool. Going live. But yeah, we'll go ahead and leave off with our thank you. So thanks everybody.
Much love to everybody listening out there. You know what I mean. Keep on skating. Keep on going hard. Everybody falls, but not everybody gets back up. Let's keep it going.
Thank you guys once again. Have a good night. Jet Set Radio.
Peace.